But like, did Michael Jackson? Because I just believe he had like the aura. Like when you were in the room, was it like a presence? Like that is Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Like exactly. Like I was fascinated by Michael before Catherine came.
Yeah.
Catherine Jackson. His hands just look rich.
Why get it from anywhere else? Well, you can get it straight from the yacht with Promise.
It's not a threat, it's a promise.
Yo, you know who it is and what it is. You got Promise coming to you live from the Yap House, and it's time for another episode of Straight from the Yap with Promise. And today I'm super excited because I have a legendary guest in the building with me. This man has been the creative director for Beyonce. He has worked with the legendary late great Michael Jackson, Brandy, En Vogue, and so many others. From being a director to being a choreographer, and just being a brilliant mind when it comes to music and dance. I'm happy to have him in the building, the one and only Mr. Frank Gatson Jr. Frank, how you doing, sir?
I'm great. Thank you for the great introduction, sir.
Man, come on now.
Oh, wow.
It's well deserved. Man, let's just get right into it. You have done some amazing things over the years of your career. You are still doing amazing things. Let me start from the beginning. Frank, what made you get into dance? Like, where did your love and passion for dance come from?
Well, that's a good question. Well, many people don't know this, but I went to Fulton Junior High School,
Okay.
and I went to North Division High School. Back in the day, we had these things called drill teams,
Okay.
and it was 100 of us that would come down the aisles at pep rallies, and we had these red shirts on, and ascots, I guess that's what you call it, a rope and a tam, and it was 100 of us.
Oh,
and, but I was only in the drill team in the aisles, so I wasn't the captain.
Okay.
So I guess that's where I first started dancing, I guess, but it was stepping. It reminded you of fraternities.
Yeah, okay. Like the black,
but we were 100 strong. And the captains were up there on stage, but we would be in the aisles just doing stuff like ripples and steps like Temptation. It was really cool.
Okay.
And we were dressed to the nines because we had the Tams, the rope, the red shirt, and we had these like things down the side of our legs, like these balls. It was it's like late 70s.
Okay.
So that's where I think I must have started dancing, And then from there I went to high school, and North Division made a drill team.
Okay.
But that's where I became like a little bit like a star. I was the robot man.
Uh-oh.
I had a robot solo to a song called Scorpio, boom, 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 boom. And I would come out of the line, they would go crazy, and I wish I could find footage of that.
Yeah.
I really do, because I was, and then Boys Tech got a drill team, and they had a robot guy that would go against me.
Oh, y'all was battling.
Yeah, we were battling.
Okay.
Yeah, we had drill team contest.
Challenge.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
West Division got a drill team, but I really wish I could find that footage. But I was a robot man, and I had this solo, and I had it, and that was that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess to skip ahead, I went to Broadway as a senior class trip.
Wow.
Okay, and I saw The Wiz.
Okay.
That's Stephanie Mills, Hinton Battle, Ted Ross, George Faison choreographed it. I didn't even know what a choreographer was then,
At that time, yeah.
but Brother Booker, Arlene Skorowski at North Division High School took all these black kids to Broadway. We had orchestra seats. I'll never forget it, 46 in Broadway.
Wow.
And I see The Wiz on Broadway. And they had these monkeys, okay, the flying monkeys.
Yeah.
They can't call them flying monkeys today. I don't know why. I guess it's not politically correct, but they were flying monkeys back then.
The flying primates?
Yeah. Oh no, they call it the underlings or something now.
Damn.
Okay, if you see The Wiz now, it's called something different.
They changed it? Okay.
And so I see these guys come out on stage, man, they were just leaping like that. Boom, boom. They just stayed in the air.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Everything was up because they looked like they were flying.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, they had
And
hops,
I said, I want to do that. And I just loved it. But once again, coming from Milwaukee, you don't think you can do anything like that. get over it. I'm back in Milwaukee. I enrolled in college, University of Wisconsin-Madison. And I don't think nothing about that anymore, but something's in me wanting to do that. But I'm majoring in political science, communications, and but then I pledged Alpha Phi Alpha.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I'm a choreographer. I'm putting those shows together.
Wow.
Okay, because I can step. I know I go back to my drill team days. I'm pretty sure the Funky Monkeys didn't have nothing to do with the fraternity, but I was stepping my ass off. Okay, I was doing it, and still. So from there, I took a few dance classes at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Okay.
But they were real trite and nothing to them, no soul, no nothing.
They had no season salt on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no
but I was learning a few things.
Yeah.
And that's that. But this, I have to say this. I took a class called Swedish.
Swedish?
Yeah, I didn't take Spanish and I didn't take French because I think Madison had one of the best Spanish departments in the country or something.
Okay.
So I wanted to take an easy way out so I could I recognized the words when I saw Swedish. Like
really?
at stool, what do you think that means? At stool, a chair.
Like a stool,
at
like a
hoose,
seat? Say that again?
At hoose.
A house?
Yes, okay. So me, I could do this. So I took 5.
Well, hell, I know Swedish fish.
Yeah. But I took, jag studerar svenska I 5 år.
Something about a film, a movie?
5.
Oh, 5.
I studied Swedish 5 semesters.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, you understand? And that's that. And I got my degree. I'm walking downtown Milwaukee on Kilbourne, and I walk into an auditorium right there by the arena. You know where that is downtown?
Yeah.
And I walk in and there's all these kids singing and dancing.
Okay.
And guess who comes up to me?
Who?
Come on, guess.
Quincy Jones?
A Swedish girl.
Man, come on, man.
Okay.
I'm thinking you talking.
No.
I'm like, Quincy Jones, I got Swedish fish.
Yeah, no. Yes. Yeah. And she comes up to me and I say, but I had to do. Yeah, I had the Frank.
So you told her, hello, my name is Frank?
Yeah, okay. And she just tripped that this black guy knew Swedish, you know? Yeah. But they were up there dancing. They were jitterbugging. They were doing Russian dance. They were doing country western dancing. They were doing Mexican dancing. They were doing all this stuff. And it was a company called Up With People. Okay. And they go around building bridges of understanding between races and cultures through dance. Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
And also they used to do the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So anyway, they took me to the group. I didn't have to go to law school, and I traveled around the world singing and dancing for 5 years.
So originally, because I remember you told me you wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. And I was walking downtown one day, depressed, not wanting to go to Wayne University. I think I was enrolled in to go to in Detroit. Yeah, and just like that, I changed plans. I went off to Up With People that January. My church helped me raise money to do it because you didn't get paid in this organization. You stayed with host families.
Gotcha.
I stayed with families.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I think that's why my people skills are so keen, because you would stay with racist families, you would stay with Mexican families, we went to Spain, we went to South America, and you learned language, but you couldn't speak the language. So it was incredible. It changed my life, man. Yeah. And I was hooked. And because I was the token black, I was a big, tall black guy in all the numbers.
Yeah.
And we did everything. We set the stage up, we did the PR, but we went everywhere. And we did the Super Bowl. If you go back and look at the Super Bowl in 1983, 82, 81, it's not Beyonce doing the Super Bowl. It's Up With People.
Yeah, they didn't. Back in the day, they didn't have.
And I even remember the song, Up With People. You meet them wherever you go. Up with people. They're the best kind of folks you know. If more people, it's so stupid.
So wait a minute. So
okay.
So y'all had a dance routine during the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
You can watch it, find it. It's there. We did it 3 years in a row.
Bob, find that clip.
Okay, 3 years in a row. Okay, and I was with that cast, and so it was 5 casts: cast A, B, C, D, and E. I was with E at first, then I went to B, then I went to C. Then SeaWorld hired us. And I was one of the people who went to SeaWorld and did that. And then from there, real quick, I'm almost done. I said, let me go to New York and do Broadway. I get to New York, I'm not that good because I hadn't studied like those other people.
So you learned it was levels.
Yeah, but in that Up With People, I was a star, the token. I had a rap song called Shape It Up, It was a fit song. I would rap.
You had some bars?
Yeah, yes, I did. I would shape it up, shape it. I forget it. Fuck it.
That sounds like Rex and
it,
Effect.
it was called Shape It Up. That's what it was.
Okay, so
and I came
I'm
out.
like, I thought you said.
I came
shake,
out
baby,
with a.
shake,
I got
baby.
pictures from it. I came out with a gold sweatsuit on. It was stupid, but all of that. I'm almost done. So.
Frank, this ain't no damn race.
Okay,
this is a show.
But I just, sometimes you ain't got that much time to talk. Okay, so I'm trying to be quick. Okay, so I went to Broadway. I enrolled in Alvin Ailey. I tried to get in that company. Didn't have the technique.
Really?
Because a lot of those young men would start ballet and jazz and modern like age 10 and 11. I had none of that. I just was a natural dancer from in the drill team, and that's that.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And I had to come back home. And I came back to Milwaukee and I enrolled in the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
UW. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And I got a master's in theater and dance.
Speak on it.
Okay. And from there, it still was just all right dance classes,
And I know you said that your pops just wasn't like, that dance shit.
Right. I mean, I was in school. I was moving, but he knows I'm on my own, but he doesn't know what it is. He don't think he can make money at it.
Yeah, he didn't see the longevity.
Yeah. And you know that. I'll get to that in a minute, okay? Because that when he found out I did it big, okay? I was on Oprah. Okay.
Pop your shit, Frank.
And then on Oprah, just so you know, skip ahead to that. I'm skipping around. I got the degree, and I heard about an audition in LA, and it was Smooth Criminal. Michael Jackson.
You talking about that guy? Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the album I think is on. Isn't it?
Yeah. Thriller. Yeah.
Smooth Criminal. And I book it. But back to my dad. My dad saw me on Oprah years later. I was working with Tony Braxton by then. Okay. And they brought me on Oprah to show the men how to dance. And we do a whole 45-minute segment. And I just show men how to be cool at a party. And that was big. And that came on in the barbershop, and my dad and them saw it.
Yeah.
And they was like proud and like, wow, he in there teaching all these white folks and black folks, and he got Oprah up there doing what he's saying.
One and two.
And there was some easy swagged out stuff,
Okay.
So I have footage of it, and so that's when my father said, "Oh wow, he made it."
Okay.
But by then I had worked with En Vogue, I had worked with Tony Braxton, I had worked with Usher, I had worked with R. Kelly.
Robert?
Yeah,
You killing me with this shit.
Yeah,
I gave y'all 30 years.
Yeah. Robert's a good guy. I have to say that. I ain't got to say nothing else but that. I've only worked with him as a director, and I put together the Download Top Secret tour, the TB2 tours. What's the room?
The Chocolate Factory.
Step in the Room.
Step in the Name of Love.
No, Room.
Step in the Room.
It's
what
a
the hell
room.
is that? Trapped in the Closet?
No, it's a room. I can't think of the song. But anyway, I did that, So, and Robert also took my girl group, June's Diary, on the road for 175 shows before the scandal came down.
Sure.
Okay. You got it?
No, that's what. Listen,
okay.
I don't know Robert, the
so-
person. I know the musician.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you something that I have never said, okay, because I know we should be talking, but I'm going to be real.
Okay.
What I don't understand about the whole thing with R. Kelly is that my girls, June's Diary,
Okay.
that me and Kelly wrote and put together,
Yes.
they did 175 shows with Robert. Okay? 175.
Okay.
Are you with me? Okay.
I'm with you.
And they stayed in the same hotels. And I said simply to those 5 girls, stay away from him. That's it. And then one day he got on the elevator with me, not with me, with the girls.
Okay.
And the girls snatched up
Sure.
because he was on the elevator. And he came to me, he says, Frank, you tell those girls not to fuck with me? I said, yeah, you're stupid. That's all I said to him, okay? And when I think about that, I'm not even those girls' fathers. And we were on the road in the same hotel with him. And look how easy it was to protect my young ladies.
Okay.
And that's my story to it all. And I'm not saying none of the other stuff happened or didn't happen, but sometimes I find out, I think people are too thirsty with these fucking stars. Okay.
More than one
and
thing can
doing
be true.
things.
Yeah.
And like even when I saw that documentary, they were throwing pebbles. If my daughter would have been in that place, I'd have burnt that motherfucker down. You understand? So that's just my impression of this man.
Yeah.
From being a
Your
choreographer
interaction.
and director.
Right.
Okay, and that's all I have to say about it. And so I guess I want to say a bigger message. Stop being thirsty with these damn artists because they're gonna die just like us. And that's what Katherine Jackson taught me. I'm skipping all over the place. You understand that?
Yeah.
We gotta stop being thirsty. They're black just like
You saying stop exalting people to
no,
these
I mean
these
don't
levels.
lick somebody's ass because they're a star.
Gotcha.
Do your job with them.
Yeah.
There are male groupies, there's female groupies, and that's and it's just and once again, and I gotta preference that and why I'm so adamant about that is because when I did Smooth Criminal, remember that's my first job.
Yeah, Frank, we gotta talk about that.
I made $10,000.
Right now, hold on. Okay, wait. Yeah, we gotta. Sorry, Robert. Kales.
You ain't got to use that.
No, I'm joking. Because we can go somewhere else with the R. Kelly stuff for sure.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about your amazing work with obviously the late great Michael Jackson. Your first booked music video to work on is Smooth Criminal.
My first professional job where I made $10,000.
Sheesh.
Okay, as a dancer.
Yes.
Okay.
So tell us about, because I know, but for people who don't know, tell us about, because you're in the music video too. You didn't just work on the set. Like you're
Oh no, I was a dancer in
Yes.
Yeah.
So talk about the scene specifically.
Just imagine being a kid from Milwaukee and you booked this big job. We shot the video for a month.
A month? Okay, wow.
Okay? Think about that.
Yeah, that's
we
a long time
rehearsed,
for music.
we got in wardrobe every day. You just got to see show business at its best. And I think that created Frank Gatson. Like they had walls, like say for example, they want to shoot that way. They would remove that wall and put a wall over there. The set was built from scratch. Like, this set is built from scratch, but more designed from scratch, okay? His set, they brought the walls in, they brought the tables in, they brought the doors in. There was no ceiling until there needed to be a ceiling because cameras and lights was up there. It was unbelievable. And so it was just unbelievable. And Michael was incredible. Do you know what marking is?
For the floor?
No. Like if I say dance full out, you go for it. But if I say mark it, you have to.
Okay.
That's called marking in dance. So he would never mark. And so when you would see him cut on, you'd be like, damn, he went full out,
Yeah.
And that would just amaze me, and also his fingers were so manicured. I don't know why I recognized that. They were so well manicured. And I think it's because I had this scene where I pull a gun out and shot.
That's what I said. Talk about it, Frank. Talk about your scene.
Yeah, like if you ever watched the video.
How many times have we watched
If you see when Michael grabs the girl with the red dress, if you look in the background, I'm running through the club and I shoot this guy, he dies and jumps back, and then I put it in my holster and I go like that to Michael, and it just was like a cool moment. But the security used to check the gun every take because it was just a fake gun, but they were like, damn, this
That's
crazy.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they I guess they thought I would have switched the guns out, I don't know, but they would check that gun every take. Isn't that deep?
So let me ask you about, obviously the whole video is iconic, but one of the most memorable scenes in the video, of course, is the lean.
Oh yeah.
If you can, like,
I auditioned to be in that part.
Okay.
That's Vince Patterson. Shout out to Vince Patterson. He's the choreographer for that.
Okay.
He's the one who hired me. He didn't know me.
Yeah.
And he hired me. And also, I didn't have an 8x10. You know what an 8x10 is?
Yeah.
A picture?
You didn't have your
I
headshot
didn't have a
back then?
headshot when I crashed that audition.
Wow.
Okay. So I had a picture of me and my sister, and I cut my sister out, and I gave him that little
so you
picture.
cropped some.
Yeah, it was like a little picture like that, right? And he gave it back.
Really?
He gave it back. But anyway, what was the question? I'm sorry.
No, because I wanted to ask you, like, did you see how they shot that
Oh
part?
yeah, I know that exactly how they did it. Okay,
Really?
but I wish I was in it.
Of course.
Okay, that's what I wish. But they auditioned everybody on the set. But one guy who should have gotten it should have got it. His name was Lavelle Smith. Okay, he's a great dancer. He became really close with Michael. He toured with Michael. Incredible dancer, good friend. And he was auditioning for it. He should have got that section before I tell you how they did it, because he was chewing gum. He was chewing the gum and just doing the step with, just chewing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Michael came back the next day chewing gum like him. That's why he should have
Mimicking
got it.
him?
Yes, that's why he should have got it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But basically all they did, man, is they had wire. Okay, imagine wire up in the ceiling, came down, and in the back, they had a harness on, and they put the suit coat on, and they had holes built in the back of the back, and those invisible strings went to their back, so they were able to manipulate the guy's whole body as they leaned. Okay, and then in the floor, they took some plates, and the shoes just scooted into the plates, but they could scoot the shoes out the plates, so their feet were locked.
Okay. So their feet could stay in place, but they could move the body.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, and I always really, like, you know what dailies are?
Yeah.
The dailies, we would go see them every day at the lunch hours, but they had some where they went really close to the floor. And then, so I don't know why they only went this far, but it was incredible how they did that. But then when Michael did the tour, he had a magnetic floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's, you know, we all love that video, and that's iconic, and a lot of us tried to lean and do it in the house and fell over and bust our heads.
But I'm glad I was part of that. But it was cool.
And what, like, you said you remember Mike's fingers being manicured, and I know the story you told me about meeting his mother, Catherine. But like, did Michael Jackson, because I just believe he had like the aura. Like when you were in the room, was it like a presence? Like that is Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Like, exactly. Like I was fascinated by Michael before Catherine came. Yeah. Catherine Jackson. His hands just look rich. I don't know why, you know, and he was still, you know, our color.
Yeah.
You know, the hands were before he got that disease or whatever. So it was like, Mike seemed like he was like your color a little bit. I hate to say it like that, between you and me.
Man,
you know,
Mike was there.
Yeah, you know, but it was just these incredible rich looking hands. I don't know why I would recognize like that. And he was nice, he was humble, he was always in character, just a good guy. You know, I'm glad I got to work, because I went on to direct him too. You know that, right? Yeah, you ever seen Dangerous? If you go to the American Music Awards, I think it's the 20th annual American Music Awards. That
for the Dangerous album?
This wasn't for the album, but it was a Dangerous song.
Okay.
I got to creatively direct and choreograph that number with Lavelle Smith and Travis Payne.
Wow. So to go from being hired to be in Mike's video.
But this was like 10 years later.
But still, Frank, to go from being hired on his video to now directing him, like that was a full circle moment.
You know, our girl, Andrea.
Yep.
She just posted a picture of me and Michael Jackson today.
Really?
Of that day I did that Dangerous number.
That's crazy.
She has it on her, like literally, because she's been upgraded to an anchor for Milwaukee Tonight.
Shout out to Dre on TMJ4, absolutely.
So it's so interesting. If you want to see that picture, that's when I did that for Michael. And he was incredible, man. I miss Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I really do, you know. And the bar is him right now, you know.
Yeah.
When any artist that I ever work with, like Brandy, Beyonce, I'm always wanting excellence from excellence.
Yeah.
Excellent. I want them to be excellent. And it's not I'm trying to make them be like Michael Jackson.
No, it's a standard.
It's just that you got to get the right lighting people. You got to get the right choreographers. You got to get the right directors. You got to get the right staging. Got to get the right lights. You got to have all. I saw that stuff, so I know what quality is.
What it is.
Yeah, you know. So.
Well, let me ask you this: you went from obviously being a student to becoming a teacher with dance, and how did you get to the point, Frank, from you learning your skill set to realizing that you could make others great? Right? Like when you went from being great, how did you realize?
But you know, on that Smooth Criminal video set, the guy Lavelle Smith I just talked about. Chewing the gum, and Michael, he went on to tour with Michael Jackson. Yeah. Like if you look up Lavelle Smith, you'll see him. He asked me to manage him after that.
Really?
Which is interesting, isn't it? You know, and he booked a Mick Jagger job.
Damn.
Now he showed Mick Jagger how to do all that crazy stuff. Yeah. And I'll never forget, he was making $40,000 a week teaching Mick Jagger how to really do a little bit of nothing. Simple stuff. Yeah. And I would get my little 15%. And so from there, he and myself, we made this organization called Gatson, Smith and Payne, three of us. We were the law.
Sound like a law firm.
Yeah. And that's how we got to work with In Vogue. Because when In Vogue auditioned us, they wanted to work with Michael Peters. Do you know who that is?
No, who's Michael Peters?
He did Thriller.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He did Thriller. And Lester Wilson, you probably don't know who that is. He did the first Sparkle. Okay. So he did Motown 25. If you ever watched that,
Come on,
you know,
that's when Mike did the
but
moonwalk.
wasn't he didn't do Mike? He did
Okay.
the opening number.
The show, okay.
The whole show. So we told In Vogue. So In Vogue, of course, wanted to hire Michael Peters, but we said, let us do it for free. And that's how I got with In Vogue. So I had this like little business mind and law mind, and I forgot one thing. The young lady that I stayed with in LA, Cheryl Cobb, shout out to Cheryl Cobb, love you. She's the one who told me to get out of New York because they broke there. Move to LA, Frank, you'll make it here, you know. Okay. And I stayed with her when I auditioned for Smooth Criminal. But she had a pageant, bro. She had a pageant called the Miss Black Scholarship Pageant. Miss Black California Scholarship Pageant.
Okay.
And she let me stage it and choreograph it. Who do I meet there? Cindy Herron of it, before In Vogue even was made.
Formed. Okay.
Okay. And Cindy Herron won. And Cindy Herron told me about 3 weeks ago that I cursed out the judges.
You don't recall?
I had a blackout moment. So basically, and I kind of remember this. Like, you know how like when you do a black pageant, it could be that girl who comes on stage who's just clever with the attitude.
Okay.
But she really don't mean nothing, like how Cindy could sing, dance. She had the great answers.
Package, yeah.
So I go in the room and I say, you all need to be picking Cindy Herron, you know, and then all the women clap for me and stuff like that. This is what Cindy told me, but I don't remember. I must have blacked out. But so anyway, from there, I choreographed Cindy in the pageant girls in this pageant. And Cindy one day came by my house later on in my life and played Hold On.
Wow.
Okay.
Classic record.
And so she was rooting for us to get, because we didn't do Hold On.
Okay.
We didn't choreograph Hold On. We started with In Vogue more like on the Funky Divas tour and the, what's that album that had the Funky Divas album with My Love In, Free Your Mind.
Never Gonna Get It?
Yeah, Never Gonna Get It. It's my first MTV award.
Wow.
Okay.
Congrats.
Okay, and then Free Your Mind is my second MTV award.
Hold on, Frank. Pop your shit.
Yeah, and then the third award was Salt and Pepper and In Vogue, What a Man.
The What a Man. Wow.
And then the fourth one was Beyonce's Crazy in Love. Then the one was Run the World, and the other one was Single Ladies. So 6 of them.
Hold on, we just. Hold on.
You know, and I've said that in a humble voice.
No, hold on, no.
Yeah.
Frank, sometimes in life you got to toot your own horn. You got to pop your shit. Like,
Yeah.
Speak on that. Those are accolades. To think about it, go from practicing law to becoming.
No, I hadn't gotten there.
Okay,
I'm a political science major,
but you were
and a communication.
But you were going to try to become a lawyer.
Yeah,
and speaking of lawyer, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you are injured in an accident, like these boys out here driving crazy with the text neck, they texting and driving, somebody hit you, there's only one attorney you need to call, and that's Nicolay Law, Wisconsin's #1 injury attorney. You get the beer, you get the win, and make insurance companies pay. Holla at my boy Russ and Nicolay Law and tell them Promise sent you. Proud sponsor of Straight from the Yacht.
What a great segue, God.
Had to slide that in there.
It's a great segue. Yeah,
but Frank, it's so much, and I want you to talk a little bit about. Let's go back to Mike real quick. The Katherine Jackson story. Please talk to them about the popcorn.
I told you that story.
Yes, you and that's prior to us
is
being
that
here.
at the gala?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Cool.
No. You told me that prior. You told me that the first time we ever spoke, we were on the phone. You and I have a phone conversation, and you told me about the popcorn. So I want you to.
Oh, you interviewed me on the phone.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
with the radio station.
Yep.
Okay.
That was the first time we ever talked.
Okay.
And you told me about.
Why did I tell you that though?
I don't know. We were just because Frank, you and I get together and we just be talking.
Yeah, we do.
And you told me about that popcorn, and that story always.
And you just called me out of nowhere about it, or
no?
I mean about the interview. How did we?
No. Okay. So okay.
Because you know I'm indebted to you for the rest of my life.
No,
I'm helping me with the gala.
No, to you. No, we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
No. So how we got connected? This was Frank. This is almost 4 years ago. Uh-huh. You mentioned our mutual friend Andre.
Yeah.
So what happened is you were coming back to Milwaukee to put together a gala, however you say it. Yeah. And Dre called me and she's like, "Hey, you know Frank Gatson Jr.?"
That's
and
right.
I said, "Of course I know the legend. You know, but they didn't know you. But I said, of course I know who he is."
So I told you that story in my interview.
Yes. Okay. So we were talking and you brought up Katherine Jackson.
It's changed my life.
Yeah. So please tell the people who don't know about the popcorn.
Okay, let's go back to the Smooth Criminal set.
Yes.
My first big $10,000 job.
10 G's.
You know, I love that $10,000. I wish I'd have kept it, but couldn't. Had the rent to pay in LA. So anyway, she comes to the set. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Pray for me, everybody. But she came with a cousin. It was a lady cousin. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say it.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Frank?
I'll just say those old noses were still there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's say that. Because I think that gives context. And the reason that I say that, because that made them all black people to me, okay? And that's what was so remarkable, because you don't think Katherine Jackson and her family is black. You think they're some kind of goddesses.
You forget that from GA.
Yeah, right.
Gary, Indiana.
And so they're sitting there, and we're on the set, and I said, that's Katherine Jackson, that's Michael's mom. And I'm just sitting there, very nice lady, just so sophisticated. But the thing that changed my life is so simple. She was eating popcorn. You understand? And I said it was rich people popcorn. You know, this is rich people popcorn.
The richest of kernels.
Because this popcorn was good to them.
Yeah.
But when she did like this, like you know how women do that, take sprinkle of salt on their finger?
Yeah.
I went like, in my mind, I'm not gonna say the N-word, but I said to myself at the N-word, okay? I said, they black just like my mama. I see my mama do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I can make it. That moment just made me know that they were human.
It humanized it for you. Okay.
It made Michael even more human.
Yeah.
Okay? That's his mama.
Yeah.
Like my mama is my mama.
Yeah.
And she does that too. Get it?
Yeah.
And so that just made me know I could do this. I could really do this. But hell, I'm on Michael Jackson $1 Million set. I got a gun shooting, you know, it's all just came like but that simplicity, the simplicity of her eating that popcorn, doing that. And like a lady, like my mama, church women, you know, changed my life. But then, you know, the other part of it.
At the crib, right?
Right, so Michael had died by then. This is 2010 or 2011, Michael passed away.
Yeah, Mike died 09. Ooh, Mike died like 09 to 2010. Yeah.
But I went to Miss Katherine Jackson's house in 2016, I think.
Okay.
Or 15, I forget the year. And I'm with Chris Grant. Chris Grant is a protege of mine. He does Beyonce now. He's her choreographer. But he was like somebody I had discovered way back then. And we were getting ready to do something with Tito's sons.
Okay.
So we go to Catherine's big old beautiful house in LA, I won't say where. Beautiful house. I was so glad. That's right, Michael. That's how you leave your mama. You know, it's just a house spread out all over, security all over the house. Yeah. And it's not a 2-story house. It has upstairs, but hers it's just more about this one level, ranch style, but ranch style 18 times house. Okay,
yeah, I'm only can imagine.
You get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Jacksons.
You know. And so I tell Tito's son, TJ, what I just told you about this. Yeah. And he says, please go in the kitchen and tell grandma, please, 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 you know. And Chris is with me. He's my witness. And me, Chris, and TJ go into the kitchen. Katherine Jackson is sitting at the kitchen table. And these security guards are sitting all around and standing. Just so much staff in the damn kitchen with this woman eating breakfast, you know? Yeah. And they look like, who's this crazy guy, you know? And I get on my knee next to the table where she's sitting right here, like I'm proposing, you know? Okay. Yeah. And I don't use the N-word because it's Katherine Jackson, okay? And I said, Miss Jackson, you know when you came to the set in 1986, do you realize that when you were eating popcorn and you did like this, I knew I could make it. And she looked at me. That woman took the crumbs from the toast and did the same thing. You know, I was like, dang, you know. And I'm getting chills thinking about it. Yeah. You know, you see how full circle that came? Yeah, that I'm in her home. Yeah. Well, that makes me emotional, goddamn. Yeah. I'm in her home, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sitting on my knee, telling her this story, all because of my life, my journey as something I dreamed of, and it happened. Yeah. And now I'm in Michael Jackson, because that is the family of all families, will always be the family of all families. Yeah, you know, she's still here, you know. Yeah. You know, oh my God.
I mean, come on, you know, Mike is the ultimate performer.
So Chris got the witness there. I wish I had that on film, but I could tell the story.
But you know what's better than having it on film, Frank? In this era, people are so stuck to the phones and videos, right? I always think that it's amazing to have memories, right? Because
I had a phone that could have taped it, but that would have been.
But I think it's better that you did,
because that would have been rude.
You have that, right? And nobody can take that from you.
Yeah, and I got my protege, Chris Grant, who saw it, and me and him laugh about it all the time because he big time now.
Yeah.
He did Renaissance. He did Cowboy Carter. He did Coachella. And now you know, and I missed those checks.
Now hold on. Okay, now we gotta address it.
Yeah.
Cause shout out to Mike Jack, Virgo,
Yeah.
Beyonce, fellow Virgo.
Yeah, y'all Virgos, yes.
We here.
I'm right after y'all. I'm a Libra.
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
I got Queen B on the wall. Frank, you were the creative director for Beyonce.
Okay,
Giselle
let's
Knowles.
give that context.
Yes.
Since you're my people. Okay, 1997. Because I've worked with Invoke, see how all of it just worked out?
Yeah.
That's why they called me to work with Destiny's Child, because of Invoke.
Okay.
And so Camille York, shout out to Camille York, she was the video commissioner for Columbia Records. She says, Frank, I have this new group. They sent me this picture. And you know, God is so good to me. God, thank you, Jesus. This place where I had to meet Destiny's Child, it was right around the corner from my apartment in LA.
Wow.
Okay, I know, Studio City. And so I go meet Destiny's Child. Never forget it. Beyonce has on a terry cloth outfit, new tennis shoes. Just, who is this girl? And she looked at me, who is this crazy man? We just had this moment, you know, and there was Latavia, there was Latoya, and there was Kelly. But Beyonce was just like, I said, who is this woman?
It was something different about it,
Oh my
even
God.
as a teenager.
It was so amazing that I left that rehearsal after 4 hours. I was showing them choreography for No, No, No. Okay, and I went to everybody. I said, I just met the second coming of Michael Jackson. People said, you tripping? I said, watch. I swear to God, this is.
So you saw something as a teenager that Beyonce.
And you know, and let me give that context. My gift is to see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Usher. I saw Brandy. I saw Tevin. I saw all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I see you. You know, that's why Janetta let me work with Usher. But I saw Beyonce, and nobody believed it. And it was that. And then we went and shot the video, man. Went and shot the music video. No, No, No. And that's the year I'm so stupid. That's the year I bought my house too. Okay, because I had just did a job with Disney where I made a big old fact check. Have you ever seen Hercules?
The cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the animated. Yeah.
You know the Muses?
Wait a minute. Frank, you involved with.
I choreographed the Muses. I had a big old fat check for that.
Yo, shit.
And I
Disney money?
Yes. No, but I wish I had a back end.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I went wrong with that contract.
So you
but
got it
but it
up front,
allowed
yeah.
me to have a down payment on a brand new house in West Hills, okay? Now the reason I'm telling you that, and I'm not trying to brag about the house, but it was a blessing. And they built it from, you know, knew how to have those new developments and they build new houses. And
No, I
picked that
don't,
one.
Frank.
Okay.
No, I don't.
But
You're talking to the board.
But I gotta tell this part because nobody knows this part. Okay, now me, I grew up in Milwaukee, 18th and Keith, you know, 19th and Hadley. And you remember those sprinkler systems that go like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I know about grass.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look at No, 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 remember the girls are on these swings?
Yeah.
And it's all this grass. You know what sod is?
Yeah.
That's that grass is,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So Destiny's Child had hundreds of pallets of sod. And I just bought a new house. I said, can I have that?
Yo, not you taking shit from the set.
And they said, sure. So me and my boys got my little Jeep. We came about
You
4
said I'm
trips.
leaving here with something. Okay,
I took about 50 pallets. Okay, I guess what you call it. You know, 50 side pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, and but what's funny? I'm from Milwaukee. Don't judge me.
414.
Okay. And so I'm putting down the side on my brand new house.
Yes.
The front yard.
That you didn't took from the video.
Yeah,
set.
exactly. Because it's nice, brand new side. You know, video sets back then, they had budgets.
Said this good song.
Yeah, you know, I even the side that they swinging on, I took that, but it has
Oh
more
shit,
back
you took
there.
the swing too, Frank?
No, I didn't take the swing.
Oh.
Okay. They had other grass that hadn't been used for the set, but I used the grass that was on the set too, because it was still fresh and it was good. So I'm laying this side down in front of my house one day, and this guy who lives in the neighborhood comes back. He says, sir, do you know this is Los Angeles and you have to build a sprinkler system underneath ground because this is Hollywood. No, this is not Hollywood. He said, this is West Hills, and you have to water your grass 3 times a day.
Wow.
And the sprinkler system needs to come on automatically. And all the grass died because I didn't have that sprinkler system built in. Okay,
Wow.
you understand? So
Yeah.
I got educated really quick. They came and put sprinklers in the ground, automatically come on. I had to go buy a new side, but I just think I had to that. So
Damn.
is that a good story? It's a good story to
Yes.
me. It's a good ass story to me. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's
okay.
it.
But anyway, what I meant to say when we shot No No No, I have footage of it to this day. That girl was killing that camera. Like, who is this? That camera just loved her.
Yeah.
This 15-year-old, killing it. Other girls were great too.
Yeah.
But Beyonce led that song, so she had a lot of close-ups
Sure.
because she was
She
the
sang
lead
lead.
singer on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and that's that. I mean, I knew it. And then from there, I worked with them for a minute, and then I started managing Tyrese.
Damn, I didn't know that. Frank.
Yeah,
Okay.
I started managing Tyrese, and that's a whole nother backstory to that. And so I got busy with Tyrese, but also I tried to get Beyonce and Destiny's Child to be the lead in My Way music video because I was working with
For
Usher
Usher,
at the same time.
And Tyrese was.
And then Tyrese is the reason that he's in Usher's video because I managed Tyrese at the time, but Usher wanted Genuine. And he wanted Beyonce and Destiny's Child to be the lead girl.
Okay.
But schedules didn't work out. But for some reason, I feel like Destiny's Child saw that I was all over the place. Management, Usher, that we split ways for a minute. And I didn't work with Destiny's Child for a few seconds. And then Michelle came to my Get Up on a Room tour. That's the tour with R. Kelly.
Okay.
And she saw what I had done with that and told Beyonce, we need to get Frank Gatson. And Beyonce said, I worked with him already. And that's when I got back with Destiny's Child for the MTV TRL tour. And then I was with them.
So when it was the newer version of Destiny's Child?
No, it was just
Well, you said Michelle. So if Michelle there, it's not the original group.
Yeah,
no
but
more.
that came pretty quick.
Oh, shit. Say my name, say my name.
Yeah, that came pretty quick. So she took the tail end of that first
time.
album.
Or the second album, Right Into the
No,
Wall.
she was, I think, God bless Latavia and Latoya, I think they had left somewhere near that.
The second album. They left for Writings on the Wall. Because they on the album cover, the first video they not in is No No No. I mean, excuse me, Say My Name. Say My Name is the first time they wasn't in the video.
Yeah, but that's the new album.
Because they was in Bugaboo video and
Right, you got it.
They was in Pay My Bills.
Get Me Together. Right, yeah, you're right. But it was too quick for me because I love those girls.
Right.
You understand? Like who is Michelle and but Michelle is the reason that I got back to Destiny's Child because she came and saw a show I had put together.
Dope.
And they getting ready to go do TRL tour. And I think Beyonce was letting her cousin choreograph named Janilla from MC Hammer.
Okay.
But for some reason, they needed a show done right away. Was the MTV TRL tour, and they knew I could turn it around really quick.
Okay.
And I came in there and worked with a young lady by the name of Kim Burse, who was the MD, the music director.
Okay.
And I guess that's a compliment to me that I could do a show in a week and have it ready to go on the road.
And still be well put together.
Right. And so me and Beyonce got back together and Destiny's Child back together. I went on to do stuff with them. And then Beyonce went into her solo career, and then I was with her until 2016.
That's amazing. So working with Beyonce, or working with Destiny's Child, then working with Beyonce as a solo when she becomes this Sasha
And I think it's really important to, I gotta speak about Destiny's Child because I adore Kelly Rowland, I adore Michelle Williams, I adore Latavia, I adore Latoya.
Well, without Destiny's Child, there is no Beyonce.
Right.
So
but one thing that people don't realize when they try to make Beyonce, that was Beyonce's group. Her father
Matthew,
made that group be what it is. They spent the money. They set it up, because they had girls' time before that. I don't know nothing about that. There was like 6 girls in the group. They were like
they were a bigger group.
They were like a K-pop group.
Yeah.
And so
Tina did all that.
Right. So Matthew quit his job. Matthew's probably one of my favorite managers to work with because he always let me do Frank. Okay. He never got in the way of my creative. Okay. He just said, "This is the budget, go do it." And I really admire Matthew Knowles for that.
Let me ask you this, because a lot of us obviously are fans of Beyonce. We enjoy who she is as an artist and everything. But what's something maybe about her that would surprise us? Like something that would maybe
she's nice as hell.
Okay.
She's a diva on stage.
Sure.
She goes, she's a star.
Yeah.
But that woman will walk in the room with her shoulder down like this like nobody's noticing her. This is Beyonce, they notice you. And she always used to be bugged out that I could recognize that. She just was really humble, okay, and shy.
Yeah.
But when that light came on and it's time to go, she hit it.
Yeah.
And you know you Virgos, you know, they want things right.
Perfectionist.
And you know, and I have to and I have to take credit for something. I polished her. You know, I put her in ballet class. You know, I brought girls around her, and me and her were like vampires.
Okay.
You understand? Like we would, like, you know, Single Ladies is based on a Bob Fosse thingy. You know,
Frank, let me find out you told her to do this.
No, Jay-Z made that up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And that was like
Jay told her to do that?
No, let's not make Jay-Z a complete choreographer.
Okay.
Like what was happening, we were all sitting around like this, and we were just saying, what do women do when they want to get married? And Jay-Z said like this.
Oh, put the ring on it. Okay.
And then it just went to that.
And that becomes iconic.
Okay, you understand?
Sheesh, yeah.
But he said that.
Okay, so Jay said
and so
it.
I give him credit for that
Okay.
movement. Yeah, you know.
Damn. Oh my God, Frank. Let me ask you this. You've worked with so many people, you've done so many things. You have to teach, you have to work with people who are established, people who are coming up in the game.
Right.
Has it ever been difficult, like trying to get somebody to get on the page or do something you need them to do? Has anybody ever like fought back or not wanted to?
Hell yes.
Yeah. Is anybody
You know,
pops out of mind?
see the thing that I have to say, there's two people that come to mind, no, three people that come to mind that gets it. They get it.
Okay.
That's Michael Jackson, Brandy, and Beyonce. They get it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know Brandy gets it. Just think about Moesha, Cinderella, all that stuff.
Icon.
She was the Michael Jackson before all these people.
Starting
but
as a
people
kid.
forget that.
Yeah.
But we reminded their ass with this Boy's Mind tour.
Yeah, speak on that too. Frank.
Okay,
Like
you understand? Like that's what's so excited. I'm so excited about Brandy right now. We're doing some things right now that are gonna blow people's mind. Like that was her concept to do the national anthem like that.
For the NBA All-Star.
Yeah, and then I was so honored that my girl group that Kelly and I put together on BET, she wanted them to be part of it. She just had this great concept, and we were like Michael Jackson, and you know, I'm gonna put Brandy in that Michael Jackson category because she something happened.
Oh no, Brandy different.
Yeah, but
Brandy
yet people forget shit like that.
I know what you mean.
That's why I've been there by her side because I Want to Be Down. Okay.
Frank, pop your
Okay,
shit.
you understand? Like that's my jacket. She's laying next to her on the floor, but then because she got different management, we went our separate ways.
Yeah.
But we came back together. I guess it's now 13 years. When the 211 we really, not 211 album, the one with Wildest Dream and Chris Brown. I'm sorry.
Not Aphrodisiac, the one afterwards.
Yeah,
But
I did
You Put It Down,
Human.
that album.
I came back to her on Human.
Okay.
Okay, and then I really worked on that's the 211 album. I really did a lot of work on that. Like
Okay.
Put It Down.
Yeah, the one with
Wildest
Chris Brown.
Dream.
Yeah.
Chris Brown and all that stuff. But I am so excited about what we got cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
I got another one. Who says that? Somebody said that.
Oh, you talking about Khaled?
Yeah,
Another one.
I got another one. It's exciting because you didn't see the Boys Mind tour.
No, and don't
Okay,
remind me that I
okay.
missed it.
And it was just like magic.
First of all, to have the two of them come together
Which
and make
was
that
Brandy,
happen. Right.
that was Brandy's concept.
So that was amazing to see Brandy and Monica do
But
that.
you
'cause-
understand that? Let me put that on
That
record.
beat
That
came
was
over.
Brandy's concept.
Okay.
She's been begging Monica to do that for a while, and Monica said yes this time.
And especially after they did the
Yeah.
verses, it's like it was perfect. But
Right.
I was so
Mhm.
happy for them, you know, how beautiful they looked on that Essence cover together.
Right.
To see that tour together, especially for me to be a millennial, that's
Right,
like our childhood. So to see them come together and do that tour and to be successful,
Right.
and then for you to be a part of that. So Frank, for people who don't know, talk a little bit about your actual role on that mega tour.
That was
just
very
wrapped up.
difficult tour for me
Okay.
because, like, I'm Team Brandy, but I had worked with Monica before.
Yeah, but I know Brandy, your girl.
Yeah, I
That's your-
did
that's your people.
Every Time the Beat Drop video with Monica. I did a
Frank's
promo
okay.
tour with her. I was there the night that Whitney passed away, and Brandy and Monica was supposed to perform at the Clive Davis
The
party.
Grammy? Wow.
Yeah,
Grammy? Wow.
it was going to be Monica, Brandy, and Jessie J. They were doing a tribute for Diana Ross that night,
Okay.
but they didn't do it because Whitney passed away that night.
Wow.
So I'll never forget that night. I was trying my best to get them to do it, but they didn't. They just were too emotional to do it. But me, the show must go on.
Yeah.
And I even said some stupid stuff like, Whitney would love for y'all to still go on. That's just how wrapped up in
that
show business
moment.
that the show must go on.
They was like, Frank,
so,
please.
So coming into the tour, Monica had a creative director, and I'm Brandy's creative director.
Okay.
But luckily, the creative director that Monica had, he paid more attention to the content,
Okay.
the stuff that goes on the screens, which he
Yeah.
did a brilliant job at. So I was left bringing the dancers together, bringing the music together, bringing the creative together on stage,
Okay.
making sure that we had a great light designer, the things that I had always done.
Yeah.
And so I brought Chris Grant in to do it, the guy who works
Who works with Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Yeah. Wow.
But I pulled that across I pulled that up on stage,
Yeah.
opening night in Cincinnati, and it blew my mind how well it went. And Brandy, she got that bug again. She's that's why she showed out with the national anthem.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things she's done since the tour. Would we say that?
Yeah, I would say so.
That was
Absolutely.
national TV, 8 million people. I think that's pretty big.
Absolutely.
And so she came really hard, and so now I guess I can say this, her and Brandy are getting ready to do, Brandy and Monica are getting ready to do St. Lucia. They're coming back together for a show
Wow.
there on May 10th, I think it is. Yeah,
Okay.
May 10th. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. And I hope that they take The Boy Is Mine back out.
yeah for
Because
another
there's a
leg.
lot of markets they didn't do. We didn't do Canada. We didn't do Europe. So, but for me, I witnessed how much the audience loved that.
Yeah.
It was just such a joy to see all that hard work paying off.
No, that's
Yeah,
Frank.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Now since we talking about Brandy and we alluded to it a little bit earlier, let me briefly talk about the time you almost drove me crazy. So Frank, remember when you came to town for the gala,
Mhm.
and I was so honored to not just talk to you, but then you asked me to do something. Shout out to another legend, MC Light. MC Light was
Right.
supposed to voice something
Yeah.
and couldn't do it, and you had talked to me and you said, you got a good voice, you do radio,
Right.
read
right,
this
right.
for me. And I still have it and I use it in my reels or whatever,
Right.
like I got to read the lineup for the awards that
Right.
night. And Brandy was, of course, scheduled to be there and Vogue, a bunch of people. And then I remember it went from me first just talking to you to recording that for you to you saying, hey, I would love you to come to the event. And I remember you told me, dress to the nines, come in your best shit,
Right, right,
look
right,
good.
right.
And I was excited to come to the event. And then you called me again, right before the event, you said, hey, I need you to come down here to do some voiceover
Right,
work for
yeah.
the show. So I remember I was supposed to just come for rehearsal.
Right, but at that point, just so you understand, I was still waiting on MC Light to send me the voiceover.
Yes.
And she got busy. She
Right.
was doing a movie or
Because
something.
she do the
And-
Grammys, she
yeah,
do
right,
the
yeah,
BET, she do
but
everything.
of course, I wanted her there.
Of course.
But she had said, Frank, I can record them for you.
Yeah. And send them.
And send them, and it didn't happen.
So just think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I am honored that I am reading in the place of MC Light. I
Right,
see on the
right.
page it says MC Light, and I'm like, I get to read in MC Light's place, so I am honored.
Right.
And I remember at that time I had my morning show, so I had been up since 3 a.m,
Right.
a long day. I came down into the venue. Remember, we were all supposed to just be doing run-throughs,
Right.
and I was supposed to be able to go home, get myself together, and then come back.
Right.
When I tell y'all, Frank Gatson Jr. was like, ain't nobody going home. I remember being like, Frank, I said, I ain't getting nothing to eat. You said, order some food for him. Y'all get some food in here. And I remember at that time, that was my first time getting to work with you. And I remember first being honored, but then being like, man, this is crazy. Like, I'm only supposed to be here
Right.
to help and for rehearsal.
Right,
like,
right,
I
right.
want to eat. I want to go home, wash my ass.
Yeah.
I want to get
Yeah.
dressed. And then I remember at first being frustrated with you. And then I remember thinking, like, if this man can push these greats
Uh-huh.
to want to be better, who am I to argue and fight with him? And let me check myself and say, I can bear it. I can thug it out. And I remember you were supposed to go home and get dressed to look your best. And you was like, I ain't changing either. You said, we together, we gonna thug this out. And me and you did not go home and change. And we did that whole show. When I say that shit came together so well, I was honored that I got to voice that over with you, to see you behind the scenes orchestrating that whole event. And I was just forever like, I know Frank Gatson Jr. Like, not just that I got to meet you, but I'm like, nah, I know this guy. And I remember you that next day, I think it was, you just hit me up and you were like, hey, I really appreciate you for helping me out in this situation. And I just had so much respect for you, you know? But like at that first moment, I was like, man, this man is crazy. He talking about I can't leave.
But you're making yourself, you're making yourself be better than you were, okay? Like how you reacted, okay? Like I had to pull out the gangster Frank,
You did.
you know, because
Yep.
you wanted to go home and get sharp, you
Yep.
know? And me too. I had luggage though.
Yep, you had.
And I had a room at the
You was
St.
the
Kate.
guest of honor
Yeah.
for that event.
And you know, and I had decided, Frank, you got to go deep because I guess what it was, out of everybody, and no disrespect to anybody, like the stage manager was brilliant. He was a guy who had done Beyonce for years. You remember the guy, Terry Cooley?
Mm-hmm.
He was a pro, okay? And he helped pull it together. He
Yeah.
was in the trenches too.
Yep.
And Andrea was in the trenches. So we
Yeah,
sat
Dre.
there. Remember, we sat there the
We all
whole
did,
time
yeah.
for like.
She was the only one who got the lead, and Dre had the lead because she was on stage.
Yeah, she had
hosting.
to go.
She had to
but
get
I had to
privy.
get her a room
You
across the
had
street.
to,
I had to get that woman a room.
Yep.
She gonna be back, and she was back. Like I knew she was gonna come through.
Yeah.
But you was somebody I never met,
Yep.
and I said he's good. He's got to do this with me.
Yeah.
You know, we can't leave each other's sight. We the
Yeah.
only ones gonna get through this show.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know, was I rude? I guess I was kind of rude. I said, no, man, you ain't going no fucking place. That's you know, I had to come out of my face, you know, because you were serious about going to get sharp. That's
Yeah,
what
I was like, Frank, I gotta go get dressed. I gotta.
You gonna help me out,
Yep.
but I gotta go shower and put on my outfit.
Yep.
Okay, you know. And I said, you can't do that.
Yep.
We stuck.
Yep.
We got to get this done.
Yeah.
And I guess our girl pulled you to the side.
She
too.
did.
You said, you know, because you were a little like, you were giving me push like, motherfucker. You know, but I why did I ignore that? Because I was older,
Yeah.
okay, and you ain't been where I've been.
Absolutely.
You understand this,
Yep.
you know, and I took that privilege
Mm-hmm.
by saying this young brother's gonna get schooled by Frank
Today.
D. Gatson Jr. today.
Yep.
And he's gonna remember it. And here I am. Look, God,
Yep.
yeah, oh yeah. You know, I wish you all the luck in the world. And it's, you know, I've seen how. Oh, anyway, that's God.
Yeah.
I call that the entertainment gods.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That's important.
It had to happen.
You know, that moment had to happen. And I respect you for it because
Right.
you sat back there. Like we had even a laundry list. Remember the laundry list? And we kind of got out of sync.
Yep.
And we had the picture going like, that's so-and-so.
Yep.
Involved.
Pacing
You know,
yep.
And then I think you saw your name was wrong on the script.
Yeah, and we fixed it. Yeah. I think it was.
No,
yeah,
yeah.
No.
That's why we had to go live.
Yes, because remember you was like, we got to
Yeah,
get,
yeah.
right, because you had me do the whole thing. You was like, nope, we're going to do
No,
it.
we had to do it over because your name was wrong. What were you called, Fresh?
I don't
Who were
remember
you?
what they had.
Yeah, they had you wrong.
They had something
It's because
wrong.
remember we were getting all the content from my content guy in LA
Yep.
verbatim.
Out of market. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. But
like-
we got it done, and I
did.
thank you, man.
No, and I thank
do.
you, Frank.
You know, it was. You saw Frank. That's why people hate him and love
But
him.
that's
at
why
the
they
same
love
time.
you. Yes.
Yeah, you know. 'Cause,
Yes.
you know, I've gotten better. I got more tactful. You know, because you can't say certain things like you used to. Everybody's so damn sensitive.
Sensitive. Yeah, they are.
They are. You know,
Yeah.
and show business to me is like a coach.
Yeah.
You know,
This
like,
ain't for everybody.
but you know, like you never see. I play basketball in college sometimes, like you know, three on three. And I had a coach. He never talked nice to us when we missed a free throw.
Yeah.
He never talked nice to us when we didn't pass the ball.
Yeah.
We were running line drills, and that's how I treat show business.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the coach, and I'm trying to make you great.
Absolutely.
You know,
And listen,
Yeah.
life ain't easy and life ain't nice.
but
It's-
show
it's
business
gonna
is
be
not
tough.
like life.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
Think about it. This show business is nothing like life. It's unfair. It ain't right. It's all about who you know sometimes. It's not right.
Yeah.
It's not fair. There's some really untalented people doing things that don't have the chops to do things,
Yep.
but because they have the connection, they get in. And it's just like this is something weird to me that I want to do in Milwaukee with my performing arts center. I can't wait to make a male singing group. There's never been a superstar male singing group in a long time.
Since what do you think? Since New Edition?
Jackson 5.
Not even New Edition?
I'm talking about stars.
You don't think New Edition was
Nobody
stars?
has become Michael Jackson. I love New Edition. Don't get me wrong.
Well, nobody. Mike is Mike,
Okay,
though,
no,
Frank.
but
Bobby was big.
Okay, but the Jackson 5 was a phenomenon. Let's say. Okay.
I would say the members of New Edition
Edition
had
is
better careers than the Jackson 5.
But don't look at it like that. Look at the two biggest black male groups to me are the Temptations and the Jackson 5. That's all I got to say.
Okay, that's fair.
New Edition is in there.
Okay.
I love New Edition.
Yeah, okay.
I love them. They're wonderful. They had Belle Biv DeVoe came out of Johnny Gill, Ralph Tresvant, Bobby Brown was incredible. I was almost a dancer in my prerogative.
Damn.
Okay, I didn't get that job because I was late for the audition.
Damn.
But I'm just saying in my book,
Okay.
Jackson 5 and Temptation, they had everything.
Yeah, they different.
That's the standard.
Okay.
That's why the K-pop people are doing it now. They basically
K-pop is huge.
yeah, but they're doing R&B.
Yeah,
Think about that. That stuff is R&B music, and they dancing. It's polished. It's polished down. So that's something I have a dream of doing to make something on the level of. Let me be nice to New Edition. Jackson 5 meets New Edition meets Usher meets Temptation.
Ooh, okay. That's heavy.
You understand?
Okay, yeah.
There's no way that anything can be bigger than a black male group. That's my theory.
Okay.
Because it hits all demographics.
You think so?
Yes. Straight men would love them.
Okay.
Gay men would love them.
Okay, yep.
Women would love them.
Yep.
White women would love them.
For sure.
The world would love them. Because do you realize there's something I read the other day, and this proves my theory. The most attractive man of the world is a Nigerian. That's all races.
That was like a poll?
That's a poll.
Okay.
Okay, so that soul that those brothers have are going to sell the records. But what's so sad, why haven't an executive thought of that? Because New Edition is still, they're doing that, making money.
They're on tour right now.
But they're not somebody 17 to 25.
No, they came out young as hell.
Okay, but you understand.
Yeah.
So that's a no-brainer. Is it because men run the business that there's not a great, amazing
It's
black
just not
male
groups
group?
anymore in general.
No, I don't agree with that.
Because
Why are the K-pop people doing it?
They're the only ones. I'm talking about in our culture.
But this male group I'm talking about, they will walk in this motherfucking room right now. Matter of fact, they'll walk a city social around the corner, and the room will stop. Black people are like that.
Yeah.
You understand? Think about it. You're too short to be in a group. Okay?
See, ain't that a bitch?
Okay. They all got to be 6 foot or better.
Wait a minute. Cisco was the lead singer of Drew Hill.
But that's the problem. So people always talk about B2K. They too short for what this dream.
He gonna come on my show and body shame.
I'm not body shaming. I'm trying to make you understand that this group that I'm talking about, the K-pop people showed me what I'm talking about.
Like a blueprint.
They're with their culture. You can't count that money they're making.
And they global.
Okay, so now come back to, I believe in my black brothers. Kobe Bryant is in the group. Tyson Beckford's in the group, but they got to be able to sing and dance. Okay? Okay, everybody got to be able to blow. Yeah. And their stuff's got to be cold. Okay. Think about it. Yeah. And you can't say to me, look how passionate I am about it, because they're just not doing groups anymore. No, motherfucker. Nobody's got the sense to do it but me. Okay. I'm the one with 11 nominations. I'm a visual motherfucker. Sorry for cursing. Pop it. Okay, you understand? Yeah. I helped create Beyonce. I helped perfect Usher. You understand? Yeah. And so for me, I think it's the most frustrating thing. There's no way a female group can be bigger than a black male group. No way.
And you think the record label's just missing it now? Or
they just don't get it.
They don't get it? Okay.
They stupid.
Okay.
They're stupid. That is a no-brainer. See how adamant I am about that?
Yeah, you want to see.
And K-pop is proving it to me.
They popping, yeah.
They got 8 motherfuckers in the group.
Yeah, they deep.
I only want 5.
Yeah.
6 foot or better.
What was the name of the group?
I don't know.
But you want to,
And I think Milwaukee has them.
some of the members or the whole group, you think?
Some of the members.
Some of the members, okay.
There's a lot of black folk here.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
Okay. And I mean this with the bottom of my heart.
So Frank,
And-
you want to develop and find the next successful male group. Is it
Boys to
R&B?
Me,
Was it
Boys
pop?
to Men, not Boys to Men.
Boyz
New
II Men was
Edition
big.
meets Jackson 5 meets Temptation meets Usher.
Boys to Men was big shit too, though. They didn't dance a lot.
I'm
but-
gonna be polite.
All right, see now Frank about to get
Okay,
your-
they can sing their asses off.
All right, Frank.
Okay.
Before I get you out of here,
No, I just saw. I love Boys to Men, but I saw them on this tour the other night. They were winded when they were doing the steps.
well, yeah, a lot of these people like us. Everybody ain't
That's
still
not the
got
point.
it.
That's not the point.
Well, have you seen Bobby Brown
I've
recently?
never seen them dance that hard ever in a long time. And I saw them, and I love Boys to Men. I have much respect to them.
And I'm happy to see
Okay,
Michael
okay.
reunited with them.
But once again, the only politically correct way I can say it, you know, when these 5 men walk in the room,
Mhm.
everybody's gonna stop. Like, who the hell? It's kind of like Rihanna. You ever seen her walk into the room? I worked with Rihanna.
Pop your shit.
Okay, I forgot about that. I did SOS. I love Rihanna, and that's some scandal why I had to leave her. That was so messed up.
Damn, we
Okay.
gotta do a part
Okay,
two,
okay.
Frank.
You know, but when that, because the way I work with Rihanna is that it was the World Music Awards, and we did a tribute to Destiny's Child. Now, I used Tierra Marie, Anne Marie, and Rihanna. They were the 3 girls that played Michelle, Kelly, and Beyonce.
Okay.
And the first day of rehearsal, Rihanna didn't come. And everybody was thinking Tierra Marie was the big thing. And
I remember at the time, yeah.
but that woman, Rihanna, walked in the room the next day. I said, who is that?
Riri.
You just be like, it just lit the room up. And we started working together.
Yeah.
And I said, I tell you that story. So we become friends at that thing when they do the tribute to Destiny's Child. And then one day we're at the Vibe Awards and I get a tap on the shoulder and it's Rihanna. She said, Frank, I got it. And she's talking about her SOS album. And we worked and I love her. I would love to work with her again. I would love
ASAP Rocky, I understand, sir.
I would love to work with her. Oh my God. So it's that thing. It's that thing that I can see. It's an it thing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Like even like Tyson Beckford is a good example, not because he can sing, but that man became a supermodel with dark features, full lips.
In the 90s.
You know, those things matter. So I guess because men run the business, I think black men especially, they're intimidated by other good-looking men. I'm not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand.
Think about it. Just think about it. That's simple. So therefore, and then what's also frustrating, God, why did you do that to me and Kelly Rowland? Our second season of Chasing Destiny, we were supposed to put together a male group.
Which one? It was on BET?
Yes. Remember we did the girl group
Yes.
first,
Yes.
but they canceled our show. They didn't renew it. And I would have got it right. And already, I'm giving you some good old info right now. Remember Trevor Jackson?
Yes, of course.
He was already somebody I was going to have be on that show.
Back then.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's an example of who could have been in the group because he sings, dances, and acts.
And he acts, yeah.
And he can really sing.
Right. He sang the hell out that song in a new commercial. People had to Google it. It was him in the background.
Right. You understand?
Yeah.
So you got to respect that. And you can't say that to me that groups can't work.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying they don't do them no more.
I think people got to, it's got to be another Michael. It's got to be another Beyonce. It's got to be another Brandy. You ain't looking for them, you fucking AR people who just stayed acting cool, go to all the fucking parties.
Yeah.
Go look for them. Get in the fucking car and go around the world, go to the church, go to the high school. There's black folks are talented.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
At everything.
You know, that's a no-brainer. And if me and you made a company right now, we're going to get in your car and we're going to go find our group. And we're going to find them.
We're going to go find the
just
first.
Just think about it. All these people, kids, every kid think they're a star already, you know, with this Instagram and social media stuff.
Right.
So I'm see how adamant I am about that.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Passion.
I'm going to, one more thing that I got to say. Okay. Okay. Like I had 11 male dancers with the Boys Mind Tour. They were co-starring with Brandy and Monica. Go watch the tapes.
Yeah.
Now, they had the swag of the movement, but some of them couldn't sing.
Yeah.
But they could dance their butts off,
Right.
and they were over 6 foot. That was the requirement. to be a dancer for
You
Brandy
need
and Monica.
aesthetically to be a certain
No,
way.
I can't have no little short motherfucker looking at Monica and Monica and Brandy's titties.
Yeah.
They gotta be able to look them in the eye. You get it? Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so why would you have a short guy? No disrespect.
See, Frank
Like you
is
could be with Christina.
shitting on
You could be with Christina Milian. You could dance for her. You could be her leading man. You got it? You got it? I'm not being ugly. I'm just being real, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
I respect you. Okay. But there's something about me when I was a dancer. I used to hate for girls to lead me. I would squeeze their hand. You ain't leading this,
Yeah.
okay?
You wanted a certain way.
I love when I'm gonna get in trouble for saying I love when men epitomize men on stage, and I love when women epitomize women on stage. That is who I am. Okay? Because a lot of guys today dance very effeminate.
Mhm.
I don't pay for you to dance effeminate on my stage unless it's that kind of show.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Brandy and Monica, everybody's like, oh, those boys are so good. They da. That was Frank Gatson having a requirement.
Okay.
I don't care about your sexuality, but on this stage, you're gonna dance like a man.
Gotcha.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know that I hope I don't get in trouble with that. You know.
The Frank Gatson Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Frank, before I let you go, real quick, we gotta play a game of first and last. I'm gonna ask you a first, I'm gonna ask you a last. That may or may not be connected. It's time for first and last with Frank Gatson Jr. Frank, what is the first thing you do when you wake up?
I hate to say this.
Oh shit.
Okay, I look at my phone.
Oh, Frank.
Yeah.
You got to give yourself a woo-side woo before you open yourself up to the world.
No, I just got a lot going on, bro.
So look at the phone. First thing.
That's only now. If I'm not working, I don't.
Okay.
But it's I'm getting in the habit of now turning the phone off at night.
Off, not even silent, just off?
Off.
Okay.
Because I hate when people have that thing on the phone that says I'm in silent mode.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Okay. You should just cut it off.
Yeah, that's kind of like if I'm in show business operates 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
So I try now to turn it off at night, but I shouldn't.
Okay.
Because when I work with artists like Brandy and Monica's and Beyonce's and Usher's, they got concepts at 3 a.m. that they want to tell you about.
Okay. That makes sense.
You understand? So
Yeah.
that's kind of wrong that I even do that. And once again, show business is not like life. Think
No,
about that.
it's different.
It's different.
It's a different world.
And you got to give it 100%. It becomes your lover. It becomes your madam. It's everything about it. You have to love it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm happy about it. I love what I do. Because I watch my mother get up every day to go to Master Lock. Okay.
On
when I was a
center.
kid. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and that was not cool on a cold morning when it's snowing outside.
Mm-hmm. You want to grind for him? I respect
Yeah.
that. Frank, who is the last person or what is the last thing to inspire you?
That's a great question.
Oh, shit.
The K-pop people.
BTS?
No, just the K-pop
Just in
whole
general?
machine is just deep to me.
Okay.
Because they're doing us.
Okay. All right.
I may get in trouble for saying that too, but I mean that, okay? They're taking what we do. They've trained those kids from 2 and 3 and 4 years old. They come out dancing and they are flawless.
Mm-hmm.
But what they lack is soul.
I got you.
And I'm saying that, I meant that, full chest, soul.
Frank Gatson?
Yeah.
Canceled on the straight from the yap. No, all right. You alluded to this a little bit earlier. I think maybe we were talking before we started filming. The first time you got fired.
Oh, wow. So I love you, Janetta Patton, that's Usher's mother.
Usher.
It's a stupid story, but I gotta be honest because that's what TV's about. And she and I talk about it to today. So when Usher first started, Usher's mom was somebody who was saying, they ain't gonna spend all my son's money. You know how like a momager, they really love their children and they're very important. It's just something else before I finish. Have you ever noticed the acts that have their parents being managers blow up better?
There's a good streak of them. Like you
Yeah,
can
like
mention
no, but
Brandy,
the really big ones.
Brandy,
Michael Jackson,
Beyonce,
Brandy,
Michael
Beyonce. Come on, that's
Usher,
enough. That's enough. Okay,
Right.
those 4. Okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's enough. And I think it's because families are more honest with their children.
Okay.
So So, but of course, Janetta had somebody else managing Usher. Of course, Brandy had somebody else managing her before Mom. But Janetta had us staying in these hotels that were not really great hotels in dangerous areas of the city, but you couldn't really say nothing because he's in there with us.
Yeah.
But me with my big mouth and stupid self, I said, Janetta, you don't need to have us in those dangerous hotels. You know, you could write that off. You know, that's an expense.
Yeah.
And she thought I was rude, and I got fired.
Damn.
But I got hired back.
Yes. All right, last one. Frank, when is the last time you needed an injury attorney?
Oh, my sister needed one, not me. You know, somebody ran into her with the van that I brought back from LA, really bad.
Well, that's super unfortunate. And if something like that does happen, you need to call Wisconsin and the Midwest #1 injury attorney. That's Nicolay Law. You get the beer, you get the win. They make insurance companies pay. Hit up nicolaylaw.com for more. Tell Russ Promise sent you.
Wow. They may still need her.
Frank, this has been amazing, sir. I could talk to you forever. It is an honor, man, to have you come to the Yap House. Thank you for taking out the time.
Yeah, I told you a lot of stuff I shouldn't have.
Bob. Thank you, Frank, for coming. Frank, if people are not following you, please give out the social media so they can tap in.
You know, I don't do much social media, but I am on Instagram for business reasons. And you can follow me at Frank Gatson, Gatson. My name, Frank, Gatson. Don't do Gaston. That's those rich. Those are those rich people. I'm the son of a slave, son of Gat. Okay, that's what all those names mean. Son of John, son of Donaldson. Okay, for Frank Gatson.
In dance, what is 5, 6, 7, 8? What is that? Where does that come from?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so I think it's related to music. I think in a bar, there's usually 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah,
like
the bars,
like
yeah, in the song,
1,
verses.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, because a
1,
hook
2,
is
3,
8
4.
bars.
Right, but so 5, 6, 7, 8 is the end of 8 counts. That's usually in a measure. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you go 5, 6, 7, 8, I got to start on 1. So that's the beginning of the choreography. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. But also you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 because you want to do the 5. You want to start on the 5.
Yeah.
Say if I'm rehearsing and I want you to start on the 5, don't start on the 1. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So it's just somewhere where you, or like when you're listening to music, you wait for the 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go.
Go. Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a meter that can get you into the choreography.
Okay.
At the right time.
I always just wondered, you know
and
what I mean?
And even in like ballroom dance, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, boom,
Yeah.
2, 3. That's a different kind of counting.
Okay.
So it's just different phrasings to make sure that the dancer, and also, like if I give you a 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what's 4?
4?
What's 4? I just did 4.
The last step?
That was 4.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
yeah.
So I say you're not doing 4 right.
Oh, so you make
so
hit
you
4.
know, or you're not doing 5 right.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
But you won't. So 5, 6, 7, 8 gets you to the beginning. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. But the next, but every step is in 8 counts. 1, 2, 3. There's 8 counts.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's 8 counts. Yeah. So counts are like a map. That step is on 1. Okay. No, that was on 5.
Yeah.
No, that was on 6.
So you want to go. Okay.
Yeah, you know, but it always starts with 5, 6, 7, 8, so that you can start on 1.
Okay.
That's my logic.
Next, y'all, I'm gonna have to have Frank in here, having me do some moves. Yeah. Frank, again, I appreciate you coming through. Honestly, thank you for being here. This was great.
It was my pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know.
Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. This has been another episode of Straight from Yap with Promise. We'll get with you in a minute. You already know it's not a threat; it's a promise. Get it. Yeah.
from anywhere else, where you can get it straight from the yacht with Promise.